Hey guys, so I think I'll do one of these videos where I react to Goat Boy because Jake said that would get, a good way to get some watch time on my channel. So I do that. And we're staying at this Airbnb for gnomes. You see the little door behind me. The reason we have to do that is because we're lower on funding, because we're a little bit worried about getting money from sources like Annette right now. Annette, the disabled woman who was Goat Boy's second girlfriend who lived in Berlin. She, you see Diane latest video on her Lundy Forest channel. My dog just barked, okay. Those two dogs you used to see in videos, maybe they're around, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, because of Diane, Luna Diane, her Lundy Forest channel, she be talking about Annette, and that Parody girl talk about her too. Lots of people bring that up. Jake has brought it up, and that Ghost of James Uganda, all these people making content telling about Annette and how, Gatis meet her in mental hospital and then drain funds from her periodically, use her for money for years. So we're a little bit worried about using that source of money right now. Yeah, and Diane just made, that's her most recent videos about this. So we worried about that. So we're going to try to stay somewhere cheaper. So we stay in little gnome Airbnb here. And don't go watch that video, by the way, on Diane's channel. I'll put a link to it in the description. So Goat Boy have years and years of Sv3rige's videos that he have all private right now, but he gradually taking them off of private and putting some up. He scrubbed the content of things that these other people can complain about, like where he promote child sexual abuse and where he doxing people and things like this. So he uploading the ones that are a little bit less crime-tastic, So let's look at this one. I find it particularly hilarious. I'm not sure if he meant it to be a comedy or whatnot, but let's look. My little man can be quite funny, but he don't know it. How to fight naturally. Follow your instinct, not man-made rules. Intriguing. I already dislike this video. I do that to him because I'm mad at him. He put me in bad circumstances.
All right, I'm sick of all the videos on YouTube teaching people how to fight unnaturally because nobody fights like that in nature. All of the moves that you use with punching and kicking would do very little good in nature. So
have you noticed, wait, let's stop for a minute. You see all those people in the trees? It looked like, these are people in their 20s and 30s, but they're up there, like a bunch of kids. Make a lot of noise too. And then the guy he going to fight with is like the littlest one among them, Like I think there's one girl in the trees up there, and even she's a little bit bigger than this guy. So of course that's the one he's fighting with. And he say the moves you use, like you're going to bust a move, like that's what fighting's about, Or is this a dance party or fight? I don't know. And he looked like he's just patiently waiting for his go round with Goat Boy. Also, their outfits look very coordinated. Notice they have the little jean shorts with the little belts, like they went to the mall together before they did this video and go out in nature, and plan their outfits to match.
Firstly, you would take anything you can to throw, any kind of rock, anything that is hard.
Move, we're already not really ready to fight, we're ready to dance. He got the finger guns out. What was this? Look.
Anything you can to throw, any kind of rock, anything that is hard, and you would just throw it because humans are able to, unlike all the other animals. Secondly, if you try to punch me like you would, anybody who is strong, even if it's very strong bones, very strong muscles, you could overpower them by simply jumping on them, and they wouldn't even expecting you. You would, if you would put your arms around them and bite them in the neck.
It's just an excuse to get. I mean, I know him well. It's just an excuse to get huggy with another man, and with a little skinny one at that. And look at how, in nature, men have hair on their chests. These two look like they've had a shaving party. They've got their chests all, like there's no hair to be seen. And like he got his little even tan. This one not tan, but he looked like he shaved, head to toe. Get your nipples all hairless for this moment where you're going to caress each other.
just bite a piece out, they would be so much in shock that you could do anything with them afterwards. Or if they try to do something and you bite them in the nose or bite an ear off, or you just grab the ear and just pull it down, and they will be in so much pain. You will pull the half off because all of our teeth are very sharp, even the back teeth. So it's very easy to bite.
Okay, so this is how women fight, because women are not physically strong enough to, and we don't fight in nature. The female animals don't do the fighting, the men do. The male animals do, and there are rules, even like buffalo, monkeys, and cats, they fight over certain things. They fight over females. You see the animals with the horns, they fight a certain way at certain times. There's rules to the fighting, really. It's not willy-nilly biting and shit like this. That's how women fight when they're fighting for their life, because they don't have testosterone to punch the shit out of each other. So, they bite and they claw and they do all this kind of shit that women do. So you basically got this little girly man and you're going to, even with him, bite on him and whatnot. That's pathetic. No wonder you hired my teenage daughter. That's what we're wanted for, is you hiring my 15-year-old daughter to help murder your ex-girlfriend and baby boy.
For humans. That's why a lot of people do it when they are really in danger. They bite.
Yeah, women do it.
A lot of women do, because that's our natural instinct. That's how we actually fight in nature. Women do, because that's our natural instinct. That's how we actually fight in nature.
You're not the woman.
What you also would always do, if somebody grabs you and you're on the ground, always grab the balls and just squeeze them very hard. They will go absolutely in shock.
That episode of King of the Hill, where Bobby Hill, the little boy, he's trying to fight off, bullies at school. So he takes a woman's defense class, and they teach him to kick in the nuts and punch them in the nuts. And, and then his father's very embarrassed because, he's a boy. So that's like a rule of male fighting, is you don't grab the nuts. So like literally Goat Boy's telling you to bite the ear and grab the nuts, because that's how girls fight.
So the way people fight nowadays is, as a sport, they follow rules, and you don't do that in nature. Another thing you would do is go.
There are rules in nature, and we all know this from even fourth grade, science class, where you talk about the animals fighting in nature, and there are rules to fighting in nature, actually.
Watch the eyes out when you get the chance, and they will go in shock again. All of the stuff that nobody expects anymore. And usually you would fight till death in nature. And now it's
because fighting oftentimes is for status. It's not to destroy someone's life, like gouging their eyes out would do, or taking off one of their ears. It's just to establish dominance. And I'm not saying that's right or whatever, but in nature, when you're trying to establish a hierarchy, there's a loser and a winner. And there's a way you do that is less pathetic than this.
Nowadays, people are afraid of the police, and they don't want to get in trouble. So that's why a lot of us fight like this, and it does hardly anything. Of course, you could get lucky 5% of the time and knock somebody out.
What you do if you don't want to be wanted by the police is you don't acid attack people. You don't promote raping your own child. You just don't do any of this stupid shit and talk about it on the internet, and then shock of shocks, you're afraid of the police.
But if you fight somebody and you're afraid to go to jail, you should actually understand that if you punch somebody and they fall on the ground, they may knock their head open and die also. So it's always risky. So I would recommend fighting naturally and not.
What are you even talking about? Fighting is risky when done naturally or unnaturally or whatever. But no, I've noticed how slow you talk too. Jazz mentioned that you're on the spectrum one time. I don't know if that's true or not. You certainly do project autism onto multiple people. And of course, there are plenty of brilliant people with autism. It's just a wide spectrum and can present very different ways in different people. But you do have like this slow gait to your speech that indicates disability on some level. I've often thought this. Of course, I don't care because I'm a model and I don't have that much that I want to talk about, but it's noticeable, dude.
Not follow all of those man-made sports. Anything you want to say?
Fuck this crack ass motherfucker.
It's always the
Very
skinniest and
wild.
palest boys
That's the
that
thing,
try to
people are-
sound the most gangsta. Have you noticed this? You know, it's kind of funny to observe that.
Afraid of wild behavior. That's why people are afraid of animals in the wild, because they will act naturally and they don't expect it from humans. That's what you gotta do, is use your mouth, bite. That's the number one thing. And
Use your mouth. MOUF.
throw. Very strong, fast. Thanks for watching.
1 million views we expect soon enough. Subscribe,
3,
follow our
2,
Instagram,
1.
buy our
Cut.
t-shirts.
Everybody have a slow gait in this group. You know, might as well go live in the trees and call it a day. My God. So let me stop sharing that, and then, you know, I want to once again admonish you not to watch this shit that Diane put out, because she's trying to destroy our lives, you know, just because of the acid attack, the beating attack, the 2 fires, and the fact that we still defaming her in 2024 and 2025, and because video's still up on the Goatis channel doing that, and still raising funds, evading arrest, and she have to live in hiding. So she want us to feel bad about this and just stop having our wonderful online career. And we resent this, you know, it's ridiculous. So let me show you what she's been doing. Let me pull that up. So Lundy for Forest, and find that latest video. I don't want you to watch it, but I'll watch a little bit of it with you. It's just typical Diane, you know, being all rude, telling people the truth about all these things and making them know things. And we don't need that. So let me share my screen again. Share screen. Share screen. Help us find Annette. I think Annette's last name starts with a K, but I'm not sure. I hear this. Has anyone seen her? And there she is. She was a lot older than Good Boy. And she actually a sweet girl. But I have mind of 8-year-old child and don't know, you know, what's going on. Her parents passed away in 2020.
Hallo Anze, danke nochmal für das schöne Essen. Also hier ist sehr schön. Danke für den schönen Urlaub.
Sie hat dann gefragt, ob alles okay ist.
Ja, ist alles okay. Guck mal,
Jā, viss ok, mēs ilgāk paliksim, vienkārši tāpēc, ka mums te ļoti patīk. Nekas slikts nav.
wir haben Freunde gefunden. Guck mal.
Gut, ich mach aus.
So looks like Good Boy's her sister was asking her if she was okay. And I wonder why Good Boy's sister would wonder that. I mean, obviously she know him pretty well. She know that somebody might not be okay that's around him, right? So then he interrupt her, and it looked like he started talking about the trees or something. And then look at there's Annette sleeping. And, you know, she always have like a lot of stuffed animals and things because she's, you know, mentally very young. He met her in the mental hospital where he wanted to eat the doctor. And she said, your help can save lives. Well, that's true. You know, we are dangerous. We don't care who we hurt. We very brazenly do a lot of things. So that's why we're wanted. But I wish you'd just leave it alone, you know. I mean, you know, I'm not ever going to say that I'm sorry. That I pretty much cackled like a hyena when Goat Boy called you names and I was sitting there with him. So, you know, I just wish that you would, you know, make videos about something else, which our sock puppets often tell you to do, you know, like, why don't you make videos about, like, oh, I don't know, music, food, while you're in hiding from us trying to kill you and your child. You could make videos about all kind of thing, you know, review some of the latest music, maybe do some knitting, you know. Makes total sense, right? That you would just not be too focused on this anymore, because it's a one-trick pony, you know, for your channel. You should be doing something else in between packing up all your belongings and going to the next place, right? Will that work to get you off of us? I don't think so, but it's worth a try. Anyway, enough of that. I'm sorry about my eyebrows. But I don't have enough eyebrow right now, so let me add a little bit to that because we want to look our best, you know. And in Kazakhstan, this is the beauty standard. Got to get them going. I think they thick enough for now, you know. Okay, I tried to do better next time, but anyway. In seriousness, y'all, waiting on, there's some different things going on with the website for the Santa Clara courthouse. So as soon as I get that figured out, I'll be getting, there's been no updates via mail. It will also be mailed to me, but I'm going to get into the site next week, call them up and see, because I think you have to set up an ID now or something. So I'll do that, and I'll be finding out probably next week sometime what's going on with the case. So, and I'll keep you all updated. Have a good one. Bye-bye.